Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here and we're getting set up for another livery design video. Today we're doing another one of our throwback recreations of old schemes but with current sponsors on current drivers' cars. And today we're doing an interesting one though. It's a Jimmie Johnson throwback to Jimmie Johnson, but if it was in 2024. So we did this before. We had a Jimmie Johnson throwback from 2014 to his Lowe's red vest car, and that was a Kyle Larson scheme. So if Lowe's is sponsoring currently, and then we did a Home Depot theme car from Tony Stewart's 1999 car. If they were sponsoring in 2023 at the time, that video, Joe Gibbs Racing still, and we put it as a Ty Gibbs car. Today we're doing a Jimmie Johnson Lowe's throwback scheme to Jimmie Johnson, so if they were still sponsoring him, but in his current part-time racing for his own team. So we're going to throw back to 2016 with this as the championship winning car. There are other Jimmie Johnson Lowe's cars that are a little better probably than this one, but this is the one that he got his 7th championship with. And genuinely, in my mind, this is one of the first Jimmie Johnson schemes that pops to my mind when I think of his old schemes. And a lot of people may think like 2008, 2009, but for some reason this one just sticks out. Probably because it's the one that most recently he had success with. But my favorite all-time Jimmie Johnson scheme is probably the Lowe's spring one with the birds on it and the all-black pro services one. That one's cool. But today we're making this scheme. So we got the Supra because Jimmie Johnson drives a Toyota in 2024, which isn't weird to say. I mean, I'm not like Jimmie Johnson shouldn't be driving a Toyota because I don't give a shit. But it's just weird, Jimmie Johnson driving a Toyota. It's just a weird combination. So we have our Ty Gibbs. He gets a scheme here that we use a decent amount racing. This is a good one to use as our base because it's not much to change. So a lot of it we're just going to swap out decals. The only thing that really needs to get deleted is the Sunoco rookie decals, because that will, well, Jimmie Johnson, I don't think is a Sunoco rookie contender in 2024. So we will duplicate this on the opposite side, and then we will delete that. As for the numbers, we're going to replace that. We added this 84 here. Of course, Jimmie Johnson's running 84 currently as his number. So we're going to stick that right there. And we will duplicate that on the opposite side. And we're going to delete the Ty Gibbs number. Is that too big on the door? I don't think so. The rookie stripes we will delete. We're going to leave all this. 75th anniversary we'll delete because it is no longer the 75th anniversary decal on the cars. TRD will stay where it is. This he gets us. Actually, we'll delete that one because this one we will replace, and this we will replace with Lowe's as we go for the Lowe's text along the side. Assuming that's gonna be further down the list here. Lowe's lettering. That's kind of what we're going for, right? Lovely. So we'll move it up, make it a little bit smaller. Give us a spot to get the white line to go underneath it. And we're going to make it, it's the Lowe's blue that I need for the car. It may be. And we're gonna make this in white. I didn't think picking the blue background Jimmie Johnson number for a blue car, but I'll put this here. I think that works. We will duplicate that on the opposite side. That looks good. All right. There's not really much to add here to this car. Looking at it, it's a pretty simple design. So on the side, you have Pro Services. And it says Interstate Batteries in that spot. So before I replace it, I'm going to put the lines, the white and gray line there. So we're not going to do anything with that yet. This we can replace the decals with this. It says Legacy MC on it. That works. That looks pretty good. It's kind of close to their color that they have. All right, 54. Where's the other 54? The little 54. This one. We'll replace with the 84. Again, it's a little bit big of a number when it gets placed on there initially. The roof, we will obviously replace that number as well. All right. Let's go to the windshield banner, and we will replace that. Is that in white? It's in black with a yellow background. All right, so we are going to do the yellow. Add layer. That looks good. All right. Ooh, that looks real nice. The yellow always really, really pops. Let's see. So if we go to other, that's the front splitter. So that does need to be yellow. So we'll do that. And then we will duplicate on the opposite side. And then we will duplicate the layer. And we're just going to move it. And that gives you the yellow splitter. So now if we go to the rear wing, we will do the same thing. Oh, that's what am I doing? I'm adding a layer. I mean, I guess the rear wing doesn't need to add a layer. Yeah, let me see, because if I go into here, we go to paint. The rear wing we can just do in yellow. That's already good. I didn't need to have a special design to it, but I'm gonna do this. Is that the blue that we want? That's kind of the blue we want right there. Then again, the rear wing will be yellow. That will match the rear spoiler there being yellow. We almost need the Jimmie Johnson number to be different. If I just go, can I just do 84 and see what happens? Will that pop up under 84? It will. I want this one. The blue background's very cool, but when your whole car is blue, it doesn't really work. That looks better along the whole car. It definitely pops out more. My issue is this side, the numbers cut off a little bit. But if we do this, if we go to body 2, and we add a layer, that looks good. That kind of caps off that number. So to the hood we go, and we're gonna get the Lowe's logo in white. So we're gonna just delete that from the hood entirely. So it's the Lowe's, just the white text. The issue that I have with that is a lot of things, because the way that the hood goes, as you can see, I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see my finger. But the blue of the hood goes along the line of the Lowe's logo. That's going to be incredibly hard to do. So, my compromise to that. God. Fuck. I don't want to delete that. My compromise to that. Because if I put this, which I mean, it does look way better. The issue is getting the gray to go up, and specifically in that section is going to be a problem. Because I need to get gray to go essentially here. So if I just do gray like that, and then I do this, I mean, does that gray go up the window too? Interesting. And does it go over the Goodyear? It does go over half of Goodyear. That's not terrible, especially if I move the Lowe's logo to be on top. It will cover some of the imperfections. So if we do this, duplicate on the opposite side. Do this, duplicate on the opposite side. Do this, duplicate on opposite side. What the hell? Alright. Duplicate that. Duplicate that. Duplicate that on the opposite side. So that leaves us where if we duplicate this, fill in that whole space, we can adjust that after, and then duplicate that on the opposite side. We can then go in. That's going to be a bit of a problem over the corner of that Lowe's logo there. Just a little bit in that corner. Oh, that's obnoxious. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so that's good. That covers that. And if I just duplicate this layer and then move it there. That does what I wanted to do. Can't really help the way that it goes along the hood of the car, but you don't see the imperfection there. So if I go to decals, and if we go to other, that's what I want. So I want that to be gray. Then I want to duplicate that on the opposite side, and we're good. So if we go to body 2 and we do this will restore original color, and then we will move layer. We will then restore original color, and then we will move the layer. And then we'll move the layer, move this layer, and then we'll move that layer, And that is the hood of the car done. It's not terrible. It's a little bit more of a silver on here, but it's not bad. I don't mind that. I'm happy with how it looks. It kind of gives the vibes of the older Jimmie Johnson cars that were a little bit more gray than silver. Next, I want to get the white line that goes above the number air. It's going to be a little bit difficult on this car. Of course, we go with the current day look of the car where it does have the number forward, so it does make things a little bit more difficult. Don't want any of these shapes, patterns. This may not be bad. Oh, 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 what is this? That's a perfect line for what I'm looking for. So it almost goes like up here along. I'd say we do this. Make it a little bit thinner. Does it go on the gray? It doesn't. There's like a strip of blue in between. But again, with the modern look, I want to flip it that way. And that's going to be the look that we go with for it because, again, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's a modern interpretation of it. And I feel like that looks good that way. For the side, we have a white and then a gray. Um, what one is first? The gray. It kind of curves in a weird direction, but because what's on the bottom there? It's kind of grayish, so it's not actually straight on the bottom. I'm not against that. Again, if we make it gray, we duplicate on the opposite side, flip horizontally, that looks good. Because then I can come in here and get something like... Do I want to use that same one again? I think I almost do. I think I want to use that same one again. But I want to do something like this. Because how do the lines go? Are they touching the whole way? They are. So if I can do something like this, do they start at the same time? This one actually connects along the bottom the opposite way. So I'm thinking if I do this, but then we move the layer to here, so it's behind it. And then if we duplicate on the opposite side, and then we flip horizontally, and then does it go all the way to the back? It does. So if we just take a line like this, I want to flip it horizontally. There we go. All right. So I want to go to move the layer, put it behind all that stuff, and if you zoom in, I want to just do that, duplicate on the opposite side, flip horizontally. I feel like we've done it with the lines on this car. Alright, next I want to replace the monster decal with a cobalt decal, which won't be on this side most likely. Cobalt there? No. Not there. Is it on the third page? Hello, Cobalt Tools. Where are you at? There's Cobalt. I don't have one that just says Cobalt. I just have the one with the little K design, which is fine. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Duplicate on the opposite side and delete the monster logo. We're going to keep the TRD logos there. And then that says Lowe's Pro Services. So instead of one that says Lowe's Pro Services, we're going to put the Lowe's 4 Pros logo in here because I don't have one that just says Lowe's Pro Services. And then we'll put that in white and we'll duplicate that on the opposite side. That looks good. And then underneath it, I've shared that my items. We're gonna do Lowe's MVPs, and we will do that in yellow. And we'll duplicate that on the opposite side. Just gonna move that a little bit. All right, that looks good. So let's do Windows. Let's replace that. All right. Doesn't look bad on there. We will go to this. We will put. What does Jimmie Johnson put on his name rail? Is it just his name, his signature? I don't know. I'm gonna just put that there. Oh, he just has to say Jimmie Johnson. Okay. I don't think I found anything that said Jimmie Johnson. Let me see. Let me search. You know, if I can find the right thing. Just look first here. Jimmie Johnson name. That's not terrible. We'll know it's there if we're looking for it. Gonna look at Jimmie Johnson though, see if we find anything else. Just the same thing. I'll take it. Better than nothing. And next to it's where we're going to put Jimmie Johnson Foundation. I believe it's got. I believe he has like Facebook and Twitter logo next to his name, so we will maybe do that as well. What's it got? Facebook and Twitter. Sure. Do I have Twitter on here? No, it sure as hell don't have a. I just got the Twitter logo. Alright. Twitter. I like that one where it's a circle that is X. But because if we're gonna do it properly, we should have X on it. Right? Now we just get a Facebook logo. Zuck memes. We'll go with the circles today. I feel like now it would probably be Instagram instead of Facebook, but yeah. All right. So this car has. I realized that I had that on the screen the whole time while I was doing that. But I'm also referencing that picture, so I guess it kind of helps. So where the Valvoline logo is, we're gonna, because we're doing a collection also with Jimmie Johnson's current sponsors. So we got Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Advent Health, Carvana, and Allegiant. So I want to get Carvana right here because that's kind of where Valvoline is on that car. So this one would have Carvana on it. The back still has He Gets Us. So we're going to swap that out. Let's do a. Guess we'll just do this, see how that looks. And then I feel like on the back of the car, we should have. These are not what I'm looking for. None of this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. I feel like that's there, but let's see. Um, let's see if we got any other images of the car. Beautiful. I found the diecast image from back then, and it is just that Lowe's logo there, like we have on the back of the car. And the deck lid just says Lowe's. So looking at this, we've done a good job with what we have there. The only difference is the Lowe's Racing logo, which I'm going to leave there because I like that one. So the only difference that I'm going to do really from logo wise is I use the spoiler as what was on the deck lid normally, especially on this car. The issue is the Lowe's logo with the house design thing isn't gonna look good on here. Just because of how big it has to be. So I'm gonna do this. That looks horrible in white. The white on the yellow does not look good. Can we do it at least in blue? Yes, we can. Lovely, 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 lovely. That is simply lovely. Alright, so the only other thing is the decals on the part of the car that is other. So I want to replace the Toyota logo with this. So this I noticed the Petty 75th anniversary of racing, or Petty 75 years in racing, whatever it is. I noticed on Eric Jones' car that they revealed. I think it is the Advent House car. Now I just want to acknowledge that I'm recording this video a little bit ahead of time. Okay, I'm recording this in January. By the time this video is out, so many more NASCAR related things will be revealed for 2024, including paint schemes. But I've seen that on the first paint scheme of the year. So I just want to point that out. I just realized I kind of don't like how this gray meets up with the bodywork here, so I may adjust. I was like, there's something wrong with it. I just think that the way it sticks out isn't the best. So I'm gonna potentially adjust, and I realize that is going over the 4 there. So a little bit of work to do there. Shape that up. All right. This we will replace with what? The team logo. And again, we did it in that. So we'll duplicate that on the opposite side. And then sport clips we will replace with Family Dollar. And we will duplicate that on the opposite side. Alright, so as for this stuff, cleaning it up over here. Guess it doesn't matter. Let's do. Okay, that looks better. And now as for body 2, because does that go through it? It doesn't. And see, it has a little bit more of a curve. So do I do something like this? Well, that does match up nicely for that a little bit, but I'm thinking if we do that in the same blue, yeah. The only issue is the car isn't matte blue. And this is, but if we do glossy decals, either way it's sticking out a little bit. If we do powder decals, and then if we do this, we would duplicate on the opposite side, and then we move this, and we move that, it looks a little bit better. And then if we do I don't want that one. I want where are you at? This one. Duplicate on opposite side. Flip horizontally. Move layer. Move layer. Because I accidentally duplicated it. So that one lines up flawlessly. This one now lines up almost flawlessly. There we go. Look at that. Is there nothing else on the hood? There is not. I guess it's further down and close to the headlights, the Lowe's logo on that one, but that's okay. So this car, we do need a little bit more of Jimmie Johnson's current sponsorships. We're going to get Dollar Tree in there. And honestly, I think on the hood, we can get a Legion like right there. That doesn't look terrible. That does not look bad. I genuinely am very happy with how this car looks. I just want to make sure we've swapped everything out from being a Ty Gibbs car to a Jimmie Johnson car. I think this. Oh, I missed Advent Health. Hold up. Speaking of current sponsors, we missed Advent Health. A lot of blue going on here. Everything on this car is blue. Alright, look at that. I'm very, very happy with how that car looks. I think that's absolutely brilliant. That is a great design. Love it. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Oops, hold up. Now you guys can see me in the next one.